Hello and welcome to my third Amage devlog. The last weeks have been all about artificial intelligence. Though I started with the player being able to turn. So basically being able to look in a different direction to where you walk to. So you should be able to look to the right when you're walking to the left. And this should reflect in the player model. I use timelines for that to give the player a smooth transition from one direction to the other. At first this was obviously pretty slow, but with the use of timelines I was able to tweak it pretty rapidly so that the player model could turn around faster. And as you can see, I'm able to walk to the left while looking to the right and vice versa. At a later date I surely will do walk backwards animations. I then started to do the artificial intelligence stuff, so doing perception work, setting up behavior trees. I then distributed target points all over the map which serve as navigation points for the AI, so that the AI can know where to walk to. These are just simple actors which can generate overlap events. And here you can see the AI perception event, which gets fired if the AI sees or hears something, in my case just sees. And so if it sees a player, it checks if the character is an enemy. Then it loads all of the seen enemies in an array and set some variables which are important for the behavior tree of the AI. And this is the behavior tree. The left side of the tree gets triggered when the AI sees an enemy, and the right side is triggered when nothing is seen. Here on the left side you can see that it triggers different tasks when an enemy is seen. So at first it triggers the determine focused enemy task. In this task, the whole array of all the enemies nearby is being read. And the task searches for the nearest enemy and chooses this enemy to concentrate on. The next task is then the determining fighting position for the character. So this task is good for where the character should move next if he sees an enemy. So for example, in the first step the character determines if his enemy is too far away or too close, and then chooses to get away from him or get closer to get in a good fighting position. The next task is then the char move and look tool, and this task is firstly used to determine his view direction, which he later on shoots to, and then it's determined whether the character should move to the left or to the right. The last step would be to let the character do sphere traces to determine whether there's an obstacle in his way, and if so, he should jump over that said obstacle. The last step is a simple one. It just makes the character shoot his spells to the nearest enemy in the direction to which he looks to. And then there's just a wait node to make this whole sequence of tasks trigger every 0.3 seconds. And that's pretty much it for the attack state of the character. And this is what it looks like. The yellow circles are the locations where the character searches for waypoints to which he can move to, and the pink circles are the actual chosen waypoints he moves to. The red and green capsules are the speed traces which the AI uses for obstacle detection. But so far for the AI. Now I'm gonna do the behavior for the AI when he doesn't see an enemy player, but that shouldn't be too hard, I think. And that's it for this week. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do next, but yeah, you'll see if you tune in. Until next time, see ya.